Title: New Strikes in Iran, The Fragility of Trump's Deal. Intro music, midnight to 0:30. Host: Good evening and welcome to Global Insights, the podcast where we delve into the complexities of international relations and geopolitics. I'm your host, Naim, and today we're discussing the recent strikes in Iran and the implications for the region. Joining me is our expert analyst, Naim. Segment 1, Introduction and Context, 0:30 to 5 o'clock. Host: Let's start with the latest developments. The recent strikes in Iran have once again brought the region to the brink of conflict. Can you walk us through what's happening and how we got here? Analyst: Thank you. The situation is indeed dire. The U.S. withdrawal from the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, also known as the Iran nuclear deal, under the Trump administration, has led to a cycle of fighting and half-baked attempts at diplomacy. The new strikes are just the latest escalation in a series of retaliatory measures between Iran and the U.S. Host: That's right. And it's worth noting that the Trump administration's decision to pull out of the deal was widely criticized by the international community. How has this move impacted the region? Analyst: Well, the consequences have been far-reaching. The U.S. withdrawal has emboldened Iran's hardline factions, while also weakening the moderate voices within the country. The resulting tensions have led to a surge in proxy wars, with Iran-backed militias clashing with U.S. and Saudi-backed forces in countries like Yemen and Iraq. Segment 2, The Weakness of Trump's Deal, 5 to 1500 hours. Host: The Trump administration's approach to Iran has been characterized by a mix of sanctions, threats, and diplomatic overtures. How effective has this strategy been in achieving its goals? Analyst: In short, it's been a failure. The sanctions have had a devastating impact on the Iranian economy, but they've also united the Iranian people against the U.S. The diplomatic efforts, on the other hand, have been half-hearted and inconsistent. The U.S. has demanded that Iran meet a series of unrealistic conditions, while also refusing to offer any meaningful concessions. Host: That's a great point. And it's worth noting that the European signatories to the JCPOA have been trying to salvage the deal, but their efforts have been hindered by the US's maximalist demands. What's the way forward from here? Analyst: The only way to break this cycle of violence is through a genuine and sustained diplomatic effort. This would require the U.S. to re-engage with the JCPOA and work with its European partners to address the underlying issues. However, with the current administration's stance, it's difficult to see a peaceful resolution on the horizon. Conclusion and outro music, 15 to 1600 hours. Host: Thank you for joining us today to discuss the recent strikes in Iran and the weakness of Trump's deal. It's clear that the situation is complex and multifaceted, requiring a nuanced and diplomatic approach. We'll continue to monitor the situation and provide updates as more information becomes available. Outro music. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Global Insights. Join us next time for more in-depth analysis and expert perspectives on the world's most pressing issues.